These are some of the worst murders caught on surveillance cameras across Baltimore and Baltimore County. In several of these cases, the victims had only seconds to react before the shooting started. Before we get started, make sure you check out TopTrendReportTV.com for the full uncut version of this video. Some of these shootings are too graphic to show completely on these platforms, so certain parts have to be blurred or cut. The website also has hundreds of full case files and deeper breakdowns that go far beyond what I can post here. So if you want the complete footage and the full stories behind these cases, go to TopTrendReportTV.com and check out the Case File Hub. The first shooting happened on October 30th, 2022 at an Exxon gas station in the 7300 block of McLean Boulevard in Parkville. 24-year-old Malik Baker was standing near his vehicle when a light-colored Honda Accord with temporary tags pulled into the station. Two masked suspects dressed in dark clothing got out and approached him. After a brief interaction, Baker moved toward the driver's side of his vehicle, but both suspects followed. Moments later, Baker was fatally shot, and the two men ran back to the Honda and escaped.
Security camera footage of the murder. It also reveals who may be responsible and the getaway car. The shooting death of 24-year-old Malik Baker, the man wearing a red baseball cap, has neighbors rattled.
Because, he probably had family, something, but you never know the situation. But still, it's a life lost.
Security camera footage obtained by the 11 News I-Team and now in the hands of police shows the murder in its entirety. It happened around 2 a.m. Sunday at a gas station in Parkville.
Well, they've gathered a great deal of evidence in this case, and they're currently following up on strong leads.
Baker had been standing alone next to his car when two masked individuals dressed in black confront him. Surveillance video also reveals when this all started. A silver or light-colored Honda Accord pulls into the gas station moments before the shooting. It appears 4 people are in the vehicle. It has temporary license tags. Now watch. 2 people get out of the vehicle and briskly walk toward the victim. It looks like they briefly exchange words. Notice how they follow Baker to the driver's side of the car. What happens next is not seen on video. And watch this. One of the 2 suspects has a gun in his hand as they run back to the Honda Accord and drive away. Meanwhile, Baltimore County Police.
The next shooting happened on November 30th, 2016, outside the Stop One Grocery and Deli in the 2900 block of Garrison Boulevard. Several people were gathered outside when a gunman suddenly came around the corner and opened fire on the group. 6 people were shot. Davon Dozier and Troy Smothers were killed, while 4 others survived. Police described the attack as planned retaliatory violence. One of the biggest clues captured on camera was the gunman's left hand, which appeared noticeably crooked, deformed, or injured. Investigators later identified Damon Dwight Alexander as the shooter.
Killing each other?
While the gunman remains at large, police are urging the public to zero in on what appears to be a crooked left hand of the shooter.
This is not some new killer or new shooter that just showed up and decided to shoot these people.
Investigators believe the hand is deformed or even injured and could lead to a major break in the case.
Focus on that hand. That can certainly bring us closer.
It's just the latest shooting to wreak havoc on the city. In September, 8 were shot on a Saturday night in East Baltimore. In July, 5 were shot at a candlelight vigil, all with multiple victims, all with a common theme.
We believe this is probably an act of retaliatory violence.
This was a planned, premeditated act of retaliatory violence.
This is a vicious cycle that's continuing.
Community experts say the acts of retaliation are a back-and-forth game that show no signs of coming to an end or even dropping off.
The next murder happened on October 5th, 2020 at the Westport Light Rail Station in South Baltimore. 41-year-old Daniel Brewer was standing on the platform when a masked gunman approached him. The surveillance footage shows the suspect closing the distance before suddenly pulling out a gun and shooting Brewer at close range. The killer then fled, leaving Brewer fatally wounded on the platform. Police later released the footage while asking the public to help identify the shooter.
Baltimore police hope it'll help them find the gunman. This happened on October 5th, 2020 at the Westport Light Rail Station over in South Baltimore. Police shared this surveillance video of the attack, asking for assistance in identifying the man pulling the trigger. If you recognize him, contact police or Metro Crime Stoppers. There is an $8,000 reward for information.
The next shooting happened on February 7th, 2024. Outside a 7-Eleven in the 4400 block of Bel-Air Road. Surveillance footage shows a confrontation developing outside the store before a gunman opens fire. 40-year-old Odell Curtis was shot multiple times. The shooter then moved toward another vehicle and also shot 32-year-old Ricardo Brooks Waters. Both men later died. Investigators eventually identified Daquan Woodard as the shooter, and he was later convicted and sentenced to 2 life terms, plus 20 years.
Showing several people standing outside a 7-Eleven on Bel-Air Road. A man in a hood is seen turning toward the parking lot, pulling a gun from his waistband. Police say he then fired at a man in the parking lot and the crowd scattered. Fox 25's Vincent Hill joins us with more from this exclusive video and an update on the investigation. Vincent?
Yeah, Mary, so those shots ring out just before 10 o'clock Wednesday night. And a warning, parts of this video may be disturbing. Pay attention to the 2 individuals on your screen, one dressed in black, the other in a reddish beanie cap. Words are exchanged. Then the subject in black reaches towards his waistband and walks away. Seconds later,
Be advised that you have a call for a shooting that just came out, Bel-Air and Nicholas.
shots ring out. The shooter then turns his attention to the passenger of this white vehicle,
2 males shot, 1 does appear to be 10-7.
opening fire before running away. That double shooting happening just a half mile from the Bel-Air Edison Safe Streets location. On New Year's Eve, a 36-year-old man was shot and killed just 2 blocks away. That Safe Street location remains closed amid an FBI investigation. Last night's shooting, just the latest one captured on camera. This video shows the shooting death of a Baltimore man last month. And after a different triple shooting last month,
I said the other day that I don't get frustrated.
Commissioner Richard Worley on the number of guns in Baltimore.
But just the amount of guns on the street, I've never seen so many.
Meanwhile, when it comes to last night's shooting, a killer is still on the loose.
That's likely going to be a number 1 male wearing a black puffy jacket with a hood up and black pants and black shoes, black tennis shoes with white sole.
The next shooting happened on June 23, 2026 in the 5200 block of York Road. At around 10:49 p.m., 38-year-old Asia Williams was fatally shot, while a 27-year-old man was also wounded but survived. Police later released surveillance footage showing a person of interest wearing a bright neon yellow jacket, dark pants, a knit cap, and a crossbody bag. Investigators asked the public to help identify the person seen on camera. The final shooting happened on January 15, 2026 in the 2100 block of West Patapsco Avenue. Surveillance footage shows a dark vehicle pulling into the area before a suspect gets out. Moments later, the gunman opens fire, then returns to the vehicle and speeds away. 3 people were shot during the attack. Trayvon Matthews was killed, while 2 other men survived their injuries. Police later released the surveillance footage while searching for both the shooter and the vehicle used in the escape.